Hey everybody, Jamie Herman here in my studio outside Nashville, Tennessee. Played with Carrie Underwood, Gene Simmons, John Corabi, Gretchen Wilson, Dirk Bentley, a few other artists here and there, and do sessions as well in town. But today I wanted to talk guitars with you and tell you about one of my favorite guitars I've ever owned, ever. And it happens to be this Telecaster right here. It started out as a 2004, I believe, Fender Telecaster. It originally was a Sunburst alder body, which still has now, but let me back up here. This Telecaster is a Waylon Jennings replica. And if you don't know who Waylon Jennings was, he was a country artist back in the 60s and 70s, and he had a famous Telecaster that was covered in leather, bound completely in leather, and this is exactly what it looked like. So it's a 2004 Telecaster, and underneath all this leather work is a Sunburst alder body, and it's got a big old fat maple neck that I had a builder in Indianapolis make for me. His name's Kevin Heffernan. And I'm a fan of the 52 Telecaster and the big old fat neck on those things. And I told Kevin, I said, hey, I want the fattest neck you could possibly put on a Telecaster. So this thing is like baseball bat size. And I found a guy in Knoxville, Tennessee. His name is Cody Hickson, to do all the leather work. I had this Telecaster sitting around before I did all this Waylon Jennings work to it. I had this Telecaster sitting around. Man, it sounded great, and I really wasn't playing it that much because I had, a few other cool guitars. But it was something I couldn't part with, but I wasn't playing with a ton because I've got a couple other Telecasters that I really love too. But I just didn't want to sell this one, and I didn't want it just to sit around. And when I found Cody in Knoxville to do the leather work, I was like, yes, I'm going to send this Telecaster off and have him do the leather work. And man, it was originally a killer guitar, and you'd think with all this leather, it's covered head to toe on the body with leather, and you think it might muffle and mute the body, the resonance some, but it really doesn't at all. Man, this guitar, it's got tons of resonance, and this thing rips. So it's a guitar that I had contemplated selling until I did this to it, and now I'm never getting rid of it. Let's see, the components, like the bridge saddle and control plate and everything, it's gold hardware that I had on the original Telecaster, and I just converted it over. And the pick guard is the same. The white pick guard is the same original pick guard that I had on the body before. I did change out the pickups to Seymour Duncan Antiquities. Man, those things, they're total vintage sounding, and they're spanky and bright, and I love them. Let's see, what else have I done on this thing? The tuners are vintage tuners, vintage to spec, like the 50s Tellies. When Kevin was building the neck, I told him, I said, hey man, I want this guitar to look like it's been played since the 50s. Because it was, when Cody finished with it, I mean, it was, the black and white was just pristine, and it was gorgeous. But I wanted it to look like I had played it for, 40 years. So I told Kevin, and Kevin Heffernan is one of the world-renowned relic guys, I mean, in the world. And I told him, like, hey man, I want you to relic this thing. So he did a number on it for sure, and it's just perfect. But I got into playing guitar. I'm a fiddle player first and foremost, but I got into guitar at a young age, just picked up a Mel Bay book, and I wanted to learn how to play rhythm to all the fiddle tunes I was playing as a kid. And I also had friends that were much older than me, that more mentors than anything. And I wanted to be able to play rhythm guitar behind them too. So I picked up a Mel Bay chord book and just started learning chords. And then I got into Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings and Buck Owens, and kind of caught the bug for learning lead guitar. And then I just listened to records over. You know, I started learning fiddle and guitar by putting on the record player, sitting next to the record player, the vinyl records, and just moving the needle, waiting for that minute and a half to roll by till that one lick came, and then I'd miss it, and then slide it back, and that's how I started to learn songs. But anyway, I picked up some lead guitar after learning, you know, the basic chords and everything, and then I got a Telecaster and just started learning country licks. And let's see here, I'll play some. So I'm playing through a 15 watt Black Star into a 112 that's vintage 30th anniversary, I believe, speaker into Logic. So let's see. Some of these country licks, you know, things like... It's a killer guitar, and it's super versatile. So like, it's great on all the classic country stuff, and it's great on the, you know, modern country stuff. I played this tour on the Carry tours. I've played it TV shows. There's a CMA Awards that we played, and on the beginning with Alabama, Clint Black, Alan Jackson, Reba McEntire. I'm trying to think. There were several others, but we played at the beginning of that show, and I played this Telecaster. So if you go on YouTube and YouTube CMA Award show intro, you'll find it somewhere, I'm sure. But besides playing the country stuff, I love the rock stuff. Like Led Zeppelin's my all-time favorite band, and Van Halen. I'm into a big Van Halen. I'm into a big Van Halen kick right now too. So, and this guitar rips on the rock stuff too. Let's see if I can find some distortion here. Let's see. That kind of crunch sounds good. Man, it's a killer rock guitar too. You get all those pinch harmonics and everything, and man, it's just an all-around crazy versatile guitar. It looks country, but this thing can rock too. So, man, I hope you all are doing good. Thanks for letting me hang out with you for 10 minutes or so, and hope you all are doing great. Keep practicing, and check back to the website for more videos. See you guys.